SFFAS. What the heck is that? Well, it stands for Statement of Federal Financial Accounting Standards. It's a series of documents, each relating to a specific issue in the federal financial accounting system, which sucks. Okay, so the specific subsection 56, this focuses on allowing the government agencies to modify or withhold financial data in order to maintain discretion over classified information and protect national security. Oh boy, did they abuse this one. So basically, and it was done under Trump, by the way. I don't even know if he knew it happened. But basically, the government found a loophole to not disclose spending information to the public, which means there's actually two sets of financial records on the books here, folks. The real numbers versus what they want us to see. Hence why the judges are blocking Elon right now, which might explain why the Pentagon has failed its 7th audit in a row and couldn't account for roughly 60% of $4.1 trillion. You know how much money that is? Elon's got his work cut out for him, man. Seamus Bruner, Director of Research for the Government Accountability Institute. Seamus, the fact that there's two sets of books, it's super classified. Yeah, we don't classify that much stuff.
It is so corrupt. They're cooking the books at the Pentagon. We've known this, actually. It's tragic. But, yeah, like you said, they failed every audit. 60%. That's over $2 trillion. And, of course, they use national security to hide everything. All the FOIAs that we get always have redactions for national security, even though it's obvious that there's no real national security issue in a lot of these documents. It's got to end.
No, but, I mean, this is the same government that hired 80,000 or something IRS agents to check out my Venmo account for $601. But they lost $2 trillion frickin' dollars?
Yeah, I mean, we saw USAID, and we thought that that was big. That was just the tip of the iceberg. Then Elon, just over the weekend, says that there's over $100 billion in suspicious payments to in the entitlement program, Social Security, Medicaid. But, yeah, the Pentagon, that is where the real, juicy stuff is going to be.
Yeah, no, 100%, too. They got like $900 billion a year. But the DOD has now a congressional mandate to achieve a clean audit by 2020, like by 2028. Why not like next week or 2025? I mean, this is so crazy to me. And if they don't pass, it's like, oh well.
Yeah, the whole national security thing that they hide behind is out of control. And the spending, if this is how we end it, that's going to be great. We're going to get inflation under control. We're going to bring spending down. And hopefully we won't have to pay as much taxes.
I mean, that would be ideal. But that's the problem. Is like all these libs, they don't understand. Like every dollar, like let's say USAID, $40 billion gets completely like evicted from existence. That is essentially is giving everybody in America each back $245 and in their pocket or in tax cuts.
Yeah, exactly right. And, the other huge one that they're going to have to go through is the Pentagon, and it's also HHS. So Bobby Kennedy's got his work cut out for him there. That's $4 trillion. I mean, The trillions and trillions, HHS is actually more spending than the Pentagon. That's where a lot of these entitlements go out of. So it's going to snowball, and we're going to be seeing bigger and bigger returns of our money, and we're going to wonder how it got so out of control, because this has been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, no, it's crazy the fact that how much money we spent. But, like you were saying, HHS is like $1.7 trillion a year budget. I mean, and they've uncovered, as you were saying, this big thing with Medicare, Medicaid, and some of our other financial services in the entitlements thing, where just by first glance, $100 billion. He found this out, by the way, Insurrection Barbie that he retweeted there is one of the greatest accounts. She gives approximately 0 Fs on everything. But $100 billion from just glancing at it like over a cup of coffee. How deep is that problem?
Yeah, well, what was even more shocking was that when Elon talked to the Treasury officials, these are the career government employees, they said, he asked how much they estimated was blatant fraud. They said half. They said half of that is blatant fraud. The rest of it might also be fraud, just a little less blatant. But we're talking about $50 billion. That is $1 billion a week, just one agency.
And they just throw up, they're like, oh, man, like, oh, yeah, they don't even care. Now they're complaining that Elon is doing to the government what he did with Twitter. Roll this.
While he's cut costs in slashing back budgets and reducing headcount by around 80% of people, corresponding revenue has also gone down.
Yes, total revenue has gone down, but they didn't say profit because he actually doubled their EBITDA. He doubled their profits from $682 million in 2021 when they were under Jack Dorsey to $2.7 billion in 2024. Government spending is, I mean, this is basically he's taking less money, less bureaucrats, and giving the money back to people, and which lowers inflation because we're not printing money we don't have. So, Elon knows how to do this because Twitter was full of lefties, the government's full of lefties. He's already done this once, so yeah, let's let him loose.
Yeah, the profitability numbers of Twitter are absolutely legendary. I mean, for those who don't know, doubling the EBITDA is huge. I mean, that's really unheard of. If you were running a company and you could do that, that would be, take home a huge bonus. So good for him on that. And doing it for our federal government is long overdue.
Well, that's why he's the richest man in the world. Seamus Bruner, appreciate it, sir.